Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the new MoYu WeiLong GTS3 from the Cubicle. This box feels really premium, it's really nice, it's a nice thick box, it has gold lettering on it, and it's magnetic as usual. Inside the box we have the cube and a box of accessories. So this is everything we got in the accessories box. There's a screwdriver, tools for tensioning, a bag of extra magnets, only 6 of them though, some MoYu cards, a pamphlet, the adjustment tool, and then lastly a little diagram of how to assemble the display box. There's also an extra spring holder in here. Okay, so here's the cube. It comes in a pretty fancy display box. We have the bottom, there's the actual puzzle, and then the top. Underneath the stand there are these 2 little pieces that we can put together, and this will make a little stand that we could set the cube in if we wanted to display it. Getting into the puzzle, the actual ridges feel a lot less noticeable than I thought they would originally. Okay, so straight out of the box, the puzzle is very sandy. The weight of the puzzle is actually very nice. It feels like it's slightly on the heavier side, and the magnets have a very nice strength. It clicks into place very easily, however it's not too obnoxious when you're turning fast. So the ridges were meant to give a little grip when you're finger tricking, and I definitely feel them when I'm pulling with this finger back here, and luckily they're not too distracting. I personally thought that the ridges on this puzzle would be very distracting when I was solving, and that I wouldn't like them that much. And granted, I haven't solved on it yet, but just feeling it straight out of the box, they are very, very small, and you can barely feel them when you're holding the puzzle. So just to compare mechanisms real quick, we have the GTS2 on the left and the GTS3 on the right. We can see that this internal piece has been turned into primary plastic. It isn't just 2 pieces like this one is, but rather it's kind of like the Volk, where it has 2 pieces where the color goes, and then the internal piece is actually primary plastic. However, the shape is relatively similar. We still have this bulge out on the side, we have the groove through the middle here, and this tiny torpedo. One thing that they have added is this little ridge right here, which is not present on the GTS version 2. Once again, with the version 2 on the left, the shape is nearly identical. However, there's an addition of these tracks on the GTS version 3, and there's also an extra ridge at the top of the foot here. Just for a quick comparison between this and the GTS2, the turning actually feels very similar. However, it feels slightly more clicky when I make corner cuts on the GTS version 3 than on the GTS version 2. It seems like it has a slight click at the end of each turn, whereas the GTS2 flows right from turn to turn. I think this new tensioning system is definitely the thing that people are going to be most excited for about the GTS version 3. Not only can you adjust the tension with the screw, you can also adjust the spring compression by tensioning with this blue piece. So to better understand what's going on here, each tooth, as you can see on this piece, is higher than the one before it, right? So this one is the highest, and then it jumps back down to the base height. There are 8 ticks in total that go around the cube, and as you twist it higher and higher, the spring, which is held inside of this and sits on the base of this piece, the spring gets pushed up further and further towards the head of the spring. What this does is it compresses the spring and it makes the puzzle feel a lot different. This system is very similar to the GES nut system on the GAN, however, I think it's implemented a lot better. On the GAN cubes, you have to swap out individual springs for each centerpiece, and if you want a different elasticity, you'd have to switch out each individual piece. However, on this one, all you have to do is twist the gear in the centerpiece. That way no extra pieces are needed and you'll never need to switch the springs. So I believe the puzzle comes on the first setting. So I'm going to tension it 4 ticks, which should be halfway, on each face. Now that the springs have been slightly compressed, let's do some more turns and see how the puzzle feels. So the spring tension is definitely a lot tighter, and I can feel that the cube is not flexing as much as it was before, and the screws are still fairly loose, so as you can see I can pull the puzzle apart pretty far. However, I can definitely feel a difference between the first and fourth settings. I clicked it up to all 8 ticks, and now the springs are compressed as far as they can be. Actually, I didn't expect it, but I feel like I like the 8th tick the most. The cube definitely feels a lot more stable now, and I really like stable cubes. I'm definitely going to make a follow-up video about lubing this cube and setting it up the way I like it. I think that with so many different custom settings you can apply to this cube, with the spring compression, with the tensions, and with the lube, I think that this puzzle can have very different feels, so I think this puzzle will probably appeal to a wide range of people with a wide range of turning styles. So that wraps it up for my first impressions on the GTS version 3M. Thank you so much to the Cubicle for sending me this puzzle to test out. If you'd like to buy one of these for yourself, I'll have a link in the description below so you can buy it from their store. So that's about all I have for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.